Hello there, it's Hillary, and welcome back for another Creative Faith video. Today I am excited to be doing a process in the brand new Adventure Awaits devotion book, and you can get this kit in my Etsy shop, and I will have a link in the description box below to pick up the kit, as well as an unboxing video if you want to see all the goodies that come in this. I have been loving shipping them out, so thank you if you have ordered, and if not, now is the time. So I sent out an exclusive discount code to the Creative Faith email newsletter family. If you have not signed up yet to be a part of that, I'll have a link to that down below, but I'll also share it in this video. So if you use the code, I'll put it here on the screen. If you use the code Adventure Awaits, you get 10% off through the end of today, Friday, August 25th, 2023. So last day I'm doing this, 10% off for a kickoff launch time for the Adventure Awaits kit, and I cannot wait to get it in your hands if you haven't ordered yet. So we're going to do a process in here today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about God's GPS and how he speaks to you and to me. I've pulled a lot of the different kit elements here, so I'm excited to use those. And so this is the Adventure Awaits devotion book, and you can also pick this up on Amazon. I'll have it linked down below if you want to get just the devotion book on Amazon. And then there's also a coordinating printable that has some really awesome elements in it, and I have a whole blog post roundup with all of these things as well. So the devotion I want to work through today is titled GPS, and it's looking at the story of Abram in the Old Testament of the Bible in Genesis chapter 12. And I really think this is such a fascinating story to look at and to read and study. And I have my illustrated study Bible here, and I love this Bible so much. I have a YouTube video about it, as well as I'll link this on Amazon if you haven't picked it up and want to. This is a little thing I added to it, but it is really awesome because it has great study notes. It has introductions to books of the Bible, as well as lots of illustrations and maps and things sprinkled throughout, and I'm such a visual learner. That is one of the reasons why I love it, and I think especially with the story I'm going to share today from the Bible and the illustrations, I think it gives just a really cool picture and helps me understand it more. So I have, let's find Genesis 12. So this is the story of the Lord calling Abram and telling him to leave and to go. And so Genesis 12 verse 1 says, the Lord had said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. And I think, wow, what a command, what a direction for God to call Abram. And I really enjoy reading the study notes in this Bible. And so it says, Abram knew that he should leave, but he did not know where he was going. Obedience requires faith. And I also wrote here, trust. And so I was reading through that. It's interesting though, verse 4 says, so Abram departed as the Lord instructed him, and Lot went with him. And I was reading through the Enduring Word commentary. That is a phenomenal free commentary online. And it was interesting because that commentary talked about how Lot going with him was partial obedience because Abram was supposed to leave his family. And I thought that was really interesting because I know, especially me, maybe you resonate with this too, it is sometimes hard to trust God fully and obey him fully, but we know that with obedience comes blessing. But we can also see, if you continue on the story, Lot and his wife get into a lot of mischief there in Sodom and Gomorrah later on. And so it's interesting, though, how God still blessed Abraham even though he wasn't totally obedient. But then you have Abraham traveling and going from place to place to place. And I just think that is such an important reminder for you and for me too, that we can trust the Lord. And when he gives us a direction for our lives, that we can trust that he is going to lead us and guide us and bless us where he's taking us next. This was a little, what would you call it? Like a library card that I had in my stash. And when I was walking with my husband the other day, thought of this quote that I made up, but it sort of rhymes, which I liked. But it says, God goes ahead of you and God goes behind you. All of the time, God is leading and guiding you. And feel free to screenshot that if you want to copy down that quote too. So it's just interesting to think about that, right? How God's going ahead of you, how he's also going behind you, how he's walking right beside you, leading and guiding you every single day. So let's dive into doing some journaling about this theme. So now I want to do some journaling, and I want to cut out a few of the elements from the coordinating printable and do some journaling and get creative. And I love just this theme of asking God, okay, Lord, what direction do you have for my life? And I've asked God that so many times throughout my walk with the Lord. And how he speaks to us is through his word. And so I love the little Bible icon that is covered in a map because that just so accurately represents what we can do if we don't know what to do next. So it's super important to read the Bible, get in the Bible, and I'm going to read a verse from Psalm 119 in a moment. And then the other element that I cut out is this little heart. It says, trust in the Lord. He knows what direction you are going next. So I think I'm going to do these pages, and then between each of the devotions is a dot grid, set of dot grid pages. So I think I want to use those as well. And I might kind of cut this cute little water bottle out too, perhaps. And put that behind the Bible. You must be hydrated on your adventure with the Lord. And I put the little stamps on the water bottle that also come in the printable. So I thought those were very cute. And then I made like the different verses and stuff like that from this. I made them to go along with the themes. So I want to put this one that has that psalm verse on it that connects with this devotion theme. And I'm trying to think too, what do I want to do for a background for my page? One of my very favorite ways to make a background is using Distress Oxide ink. And I have this one called Broken China that might go really well. And then this one too, Weathered Wood. I have a lot of blues that are very pretty and match extremely well with this theme. So I'll pull those out, and I really love using this technique. And you know, when you have a good technique that you love, it's okay to use it more than once. think sometimes I think, oh, I need to come up with something new and totally different, but it's a good reminder that it's okay to repeat techniques. So I have this Dayspring mat here, and try and clear little rooms. I think I might do the broken china on the top, and then the weathered wood maybe on the bottom. So these are just makeup brushes from the Dollar Tree, and I just dab them on and swirl them around the paper and page. And I might not do like everywhere. Just do some. And then I think this one I maybe have used the weathered wood with this one before. This is quite a bit darker, so I don't want to put it down too much. And just do kind of a light coat on the page. I also was thinking about doing some highlighting too. That's probably good, just to get a little bit of color down. So I pulled out one of these Crayola Colors of the World markers. I really like using these as highlighters. So I wanted to highlight the verses. And highlight some phrases as well. I love thinking about the Bible as God's GPS. Use His Word as a map to lead your life. You can trust in Him. I think I'll put that in the bottom. And then the water bottle kind of coming off the page a little bit. Alright, so I put those down, and I have this tape that I thought would be cool to put along the top and part of the bottom. That kind of goes along with the travel theme, the stamp theme. I'll kind of go off the page a little bit, but that is okay. Just don't want it to cover up too much. I love adding washi tape, and I have been saving this washi tape. Saving it, not using it, so that I could use it for when I do this kit. So don't be like me. Use your supplies. Don't be a supply hoarder. You can always get more. I also had been pondering using some of the little map bits that come in the Adventure Awaits kit too. And maybe I'll do that on the second page, the second spread I'm going to do. Alright, so I want to use this side for writing some of those Bible verses. And let me get an ink refill. Alright, I sell ink refills in my Etsy shop for the Creative Faith pens. I'll have these linked below. And it just has like a little end cap on it that I pulled off. And it just unscrews. And you pull out the old ink, the empty ink, and add the new one. And screw it back together. Then you can just throw the excess away. And they write really smoothly and do not bleed through Creative Faith pages, which I love. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, but here is a little map of Abram's journey. So I thought this was a really cool visual illustration of what it would have been like. It's quite the journey for sure. So I definitely want to write Genesis 12:1. It says, "The Lord had said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go." And I think for go, I want to use, this is a recollection sticker book my friend Stacy gave me, and it has all these travel themed stickers in it, so I thought this would be great to have and use as I work through the Adventure Awaits kit. But it has these cool stickers in it, so I think I'll do this, and I think I'll outline it so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Because with the blue on blue, it fades in a little tiny bit. But I still like it. I think it looks really cool. To outline God's call to go. And go to the land that I will show you. Wow. And then another verse I really want to write over on this side is Psalm 19:105. I love the book of Psalms, and Psalm 119 is all about God's word. So it is a really good one. So Psalm 119:105 says, "Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path." So let's write that down here. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. So we can open God's word and trust that He's going to use His word to lead and guide and encourage. Oh, I don't love how that turned out, but there we have that. And then we also have Genesis 12:4 as another key verse from this section. And I think I'll just do the first little chunk of it right here. It said, "So Abram departed as the Lord had instructed." And then I always love dating my pages. I think it's super important to have the date on the different pages that you do. It's very fun to be able to look back on them and see what God taught you. So let's see if I can find any little thing where I can add the date. Put that up here. It is And I might see if there's like a little element here of something that I can add to fill that little blank space. I have cute little suitcases. That's kind of cute. All right, so that is these first pages. So I think now I'll just do a little time-lapse video of this spread. Alright, I finished this second spread and I really love how it turned out. I wrote down Deuteronomy 31:8 that says, Yahweh himself is who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not fail you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. I added the little bit of map to the corner, and I used this cool map washi tape that I have to add the Bible or the library card. And then on the back side of the library card, I put one of these elements from the printable, and then I wrote a prayer asking God to just really lead and guide and direct me and help me to walk in obedience to Him and to trust in Him. And I added the compass element there. So there you go. That is the GPS page. Oh, I also want to go back to the front, and I still need to fill out some of the opening things, but I wanted to mark off the GPS page, so it's neat to kind of see as you do the devotion, see that fill up. And then here is this overview, and one thing I like to do here is write God is. What did God teach me about His character based off of what I read? So I'm going to put God is, I'm going to put trustworthy. And I'll probably decorate these pages too, but for now that is what I have for today. Comment below if this Bible study and this devotion, if it encouraged you today. Comment below if you need prayer for direction in your life, and be sure to use that code. I'll put it up on the screen here again. Use the code ADVENTUREAWAITS, all together, all caps, in my Etsy shop to get 10% off the kit and the printable. And again, that code expires at the end of today, so it's kind of just a one-time little fun surprise bonus coupon. And be sure you're subscribed to the Creative Faith email newsletter family, because I have discount codes that I send out there and freebies and things like that. So yeah, and don't forget to pick up this kit, and I cannot wait to ship it to you if you have not picked one up yet, or you can pick up the devotion book on Amazon. And yeah, thank you for watching, and remember that God is leading you and guiding you. He goes before you, He's behind you, and He loves you so much. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on the Creative Faith YouTube channel for more awesome content, Bible studies, inspiration, encouragement, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.